from the first year principal, and I'm here to help new principals, so first year principals, not only survive but thrive as new educational leaders. I do this through conscious leadership, through creativity, and through connection. So, welcome everybody. We are at day 2 of the self care for principals video series, and I'm really happy to be here. So, if you are joining in, let me know where you're joining in from. Make sure to say hello, wave a hand, give me a thumbs up, and I'm going to dive into today's talk. So, today I'm going to talk about the importance of your mindset. Now, why does this relate to self care? Well, as you know, everything that our mind is an extremely powerful muscle, a very powerful tool, and it could either make or break us, especially as a new principal, because we're entering into this new role. We are nervous, we are uncertain of how we're going to perform. We're worried about what people will think. Will we be liked? Will we be respected? Will I have the answers? Where will I get the answers? So there's a lot of insecurity and there's a lot of vulnerability involved as you step into a new leadership role. And today I really want to focus on building an unshakable mindset through simple strategies. I'm going to present 3 simple strategies to help you create this unshakable mindset so you can launch your new role as a principal with confidence and with focus. So, the first strategy is to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Be transparent about it because people will know. They'll know that you're new here. They know that you're coming into this new role. You don't know maybe your way around the school. You don't know, the routines and things like that. And I know when I first started this year, I asked my staff for help. I said, listen, here are the schedules. They're done. I'm not sure if this will work with you. Can we sit together and see how this works out? And everybody, gave me. I had a few people helping me. I showed vulnerability. I go, this is the first time I'm doing this, and I need your help. That created a shift in my confidence because I knew I could trust them. They knew they could trust me, and right away my mindset started to shift. So asking for help, get your mentor involved, and ask other colleagues from your board. So this is really, really important because you're not alone doing this, and you do have a lot more support than you realize. So that's very, very important. Number 1 is to ask for help. Number 2 would be to commit to being a student again. And here we're getting involved in the growth mindset, the Carol Dweck philosophy of I'm not there yet, and I'm going through this too. I can't wait to have 10 years experience under my belt and have the answers and have all of this routine be very, very fluid and organic, but I'm still learning and I'm enjoying the process. So this is another way to shift your mindset and to raise your frequency and to build that confidence as you're stepping into this new leadership role. Adopt the mindset of a student. Be curious and learn. So audiobooks are great. You can listen to all kinds of great audiobooks. You can get an online community going. Check the hashtags related to educational leadership. Get inspired there. And also reflect on your work. So you're going to be getting involved in all kinds of projects, first time initiatives. So once this is all done, well, why not write down your thoughts and do a feedback session with your staff to see how things went well and where we can improve. Become a student. This will take the pressure off of perfectionism because, as we know, perfectionism doesn't exist. Okay? We want productivity, we want progress, but we don't want perfection. That's impossible. So again, to help you shift your mindset, you want to embrace the role of a student. And lastly, I want to talk about the concept of the first and second arrow. Now this is from the wisdom teachings from the Eastern philosophy of wisdom teachings. And this is where conscious leadership comes in. And and why this is important for your mindset and your overall well-being is that as you are leading a school, you will be faced with so many situations where you will have to be the decision maker. Often there may be conflict, and you're going to have to put out a lot of fires. A parent can come into your office frustrated. You can get a colleague who is frustrated, a teacher who's frustrated. All kinds of situations can present themselves. Now, the second arrow is all about the way you react. So often we are human, and if we don't take care of ourselves, what happens is that our level of tolerance diminishes, and our level of reactivity is short. Meaning that if somebody comes into our office, we may be short-tempered, we may send off an unfiltered email, so we become reactive. And as a principal, you need to be able to master your level of reactivity. So the first arrow consists of your reaction. And we're human, so it will happen that we'll send out that email too quickly, or yes, we'll call back that parent too quickly without gathering our facts. That's the first arrow. We need to show ourselves compassion. We have to have self-compassion for that first arrow, that jolt of reactivity. And then we need to take that pause, and we have what we call the second arrow. And that's where the gold lies. That's where you have the chance to take a pause and reflect, okay, the vibrational frequency is low right now because I sent out that email too quickly without filtering myself, for example. What can I do now with this second arrow? Again, I'm quoting from wisdom teachings in the Eastern philosophy. How can I raise the vibrational frequency? Should I call that parent back? Should I put a new program in place? Should I get another resource to support that teacher who was frustrated? Should I meet that person in my office and have a discussion maybe 24 hours after the situation has presented itself? So with the second arrow, you have a chance to course correct in a proactive fashion. And why is this important for your mindset? Because it will, again, raise your vibrational frequency, it will boost your confidence, and it will allow to lead with focus, clarity, and fairness as well. So I created a chart, and where is my chart? It's in the PDFs. So basically, I'm gonna if you enroll in the first year principal toolkit, there is a beautiful chart I created, and it talks about all the initial reactions we have when we launch that second arrow. So reactivity, anger, self-doubt, the inner child comes out, tantruming, adult tantruming, because we do tantrum as adults, that negative mental looping. So those are all the emotions and feelings that come with that first arrow. But the second arrow is when you get to control the way you react and how you course correct. And then ultimately you raise your frequency and you feel much better, which is why it's part of your self-care ritual. This is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight, but knowing how to do this and being aware of it is the first step. So just to recap very quickly, ask for help, commit to being a student again, and make sure you're aware of that second arrow, that pause, and how to react after you've kind of lost it and you've unfiltered yourself. Okay? So that's how we create an unshakable mindset to really launch ourselves as a new principal. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how this lands with you. And of course, this is something that can be used in any facet of life. But since I'm focusing on self-care for principals this week and within this page, my message is for principals. So I'd love to hear from you, and please let me know what you thought of this short lesson on wellness. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.